It's Friday again. Welcome to Questions with Father Luke. I'm Father Luke of Covenant Anglican Church in San Marcos, Texas. Today's question is, how can I know what is true? Well, this is a very broad question. On this overarching level, humans have always longed for truth. And at times we've sought to explain the mysteries of the world through religion, through philosophy, through science. In fact, back in the 17th century, a French philosopher, a guy named René Descartes, asked this questions, and he went about this project of trying to reject anything that he could find out with. He only wanted to know what he could only know for certain, right? That's what he was trying to find out. And he said, look, our senses can deceive us sometimes, so they're not trustworthy. Even objects that we experience in the world, we can experience them in our dreams, and so maybe they are always dreams. And so this project of doubt and rejection ultimately led him to this famous statement where he says, I think, therefore I am. That is to say, Descartes knew that amid all of the doubt that he had swirling around in his mind, he knew that he himself was doubting. He himself was thinking. So conceivably, while he could even doubt his experiences as if living in the Matrix somehow, he knew that he was having a thought. And this discovery put human reasoning on this pedestal, which gave birth to what's called rationalism. Now, thinkers after Descartes used his framework to separate religion from social life. Descartes himself was a Catholic and never tried to upend the church or try to separate church from the way we live in the world. But this untethering, right, this untethering of rationalism from religion has snowballed into something that is not rightly named rationalism because it's kind of irrational in a lot of ways. But nevertheless, what it still does is elevates this eternal internal I as being above and detached from anything that is outside of it. So as such, in our modern Western cultures, many do not believe in the truth, but in many truths, right? It has become unpopular to say that truth is objective and that it's real, but things really are tethered to reality, to biology, to physics, to chemistry. I mean, all of these tangible things matter. So do things like ethics and issues of holiness. But what sets the standard for those kinds of things? Well, as Christians, we believe God, as the Creator and the Lord, has the authority to set standards of holiness, and that He has created human beings in His image with the capacity to rationalize, that is, to think. And because God has revealed to us His ways and His standards, we are to think about and to submit our preferences and our biases to the Bible, which communicates God's ways to us. Now, this is emphasized in many places in Scripture, but especially so, I think, in one of Jesus' prayers. In John chapter 17, verse 17, He's praying to the Father, and He says, Father, sanctify them, praying for His disciples, sanctify them in truth. Your word is truth. So there, Jesus is saying that truth is something that is real. It's something that is objective. It's not something that is vague and ethereal. It's real. But here's the thing. While truth is real, while it's available to us, it often remains hidden. Albert Walters said in his book, Creation Regained, that truth is available to mankind, but we repress it. We clearly see and understand God's eternal power and divine nature, but we twist and distort this knowledge. And this is the effect that sin has on our minds and our conversations. And so how then do we know what is true? Well, it does require us to be acquainted with the Scriptures, where God has revealed Himself and His ways, His standards. We need to read the Bible. But while the Bible does contain some list of commandments, it isn't primarily a list of do's and don'ts. See, the Bible does give specific directives to some areas, and not in all areas. And this is why we have to know, one, how to think about thinking, right, so that we can discern what is true from what is false. But we also have to do it in the context of community. So truth then is discerned only with the corrective lens of the Scripture in the context of the Christian community, both past and present. So if you want to know the truth, then my encouragement for you is to be in a church that faithfully pursues truth. Now, I believe Anglicanism can help you do this pretty well. It's ancient, it's future, with a present focus on helping people to discern what is true about God, themselves, and the world. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, or join us here at Covenant, and we'll continue the conversation. But let's connect.